What's up, New York City? Christopher Leon Johnson here. So, leaving my house, leaving the apartment building. Just a happy Friday, the 29th of August. Oh my God, summer has completely went by quick. It goes quick when you're so active, when you're active in your community, when you're active in your city, when you're active trying to make the city a better place for everybody that's living here, like a person, just a person like me, just trying to make this city a better place one day at a time, one moment at a time, one move at a time. I know I'm only like a micro in this shit, but I believe that the micro stuff goes a long way because it makes people's lives better, or they feel that their lives get better when I help them out with their issues. And I had a great, successful summer in this, and I'm really happy about that. I believe that the past 2 summers was the best summers I ever had, other than 2023. When I got that situation with Ligia Golapa, and I think everybody know what happened with that situation. But I believe that these 2 past years was a recovery from 2023, and I'm still trying to recover from that situation. But it's not about that right now. But I want to talk about recently. There was I saw the press conference. Yeah, I want to talk about this later about this situation. So, about you see the thumbnail. So, I saw the press conference yesterday. They had a press conference in the Bronx with the mayor, Eric Adams, with Aisha Sioku, all those Cure Violence clowns, A.T. Mitchell, the ever non-president gun violence prevention czar, and the Bronx Borough president Vanessa Gibson. So they had a press conference yesterday, and they was out there typically in the summertime condemning the recent amount of gun violence deaths in the city. And they decided to do it in the Bronx because something happened. There was a shooting that happened in the Bronx around that area. So they decided to do a press conference over there, and I'm not surprised they did that. So, but when I saw the press conference, and I believe that not one person in the political spectrum called this stuff out, and they should have called this stuff out. Where in the press conference, and you gotta remember this is a government operated press conference. Eric wasn't his government capacity. Wasn't in his campaign capacity. He wasn't his government capacity. I'm surprised they didn't delete the video, or they didn't unlist it or privatize it. But very soon they might do it, or they might try to omit it, or whatever the hell is going on. But he had the nerve to bring up Andrew Cuomo subliminally, because when Andrew Cuomo, instead of him going to that bullshit DEI rally with Al Sharpton, and I didn't go to that. People asked us like, "Why you didn't go?" I was like, "Look, I was just too tired, and second, I don't want to go to that shit. First off, when it comes to DEI, it's nothing but some woke bullshit, but that's a different story. If I'm going to talk about DEI, that's a different thing. But what happened was, instead of Andrew Cuomo showing up to the DEI rally, which I think was bullshit, another photo op for all the elected officials were mostly Freemasons and Eastern Stars and Divine Nine. That was the folder yesterday, and that's what I was like going that bullshit. Andrew went to the site where the memorial vigil, where the 69-year-old lady was unfortunately shot in the face and killed through a stray bullet, through a revenge shooting. And the story was behind that was a few people tried to rob that person, and that person retaliated and started shooting at the people that robbed him. And unfortunately, one of the bullets hit the lady in the face, and she died. So Andrew Cuomo went to that vigil went to that vigil to pay homage to the lady who passed away. And Eric was pissed off by that because the same day the lady got killed, which was about mid-afternoon, 12:30, yesterday afternoon, not 2 days ago afternoon, so it's Thursday, Wednesday afternoon, they was out there, Aisha Sioku, and who runs Street Corner Resources. I really have no problems with her. I mean, she's not on my radar like Erica Ford and A.T. Mitchell, but I mean, this is what it is. So she was out there yesterday with Yusuf Salam, our ever useless council member, who's another professional victim in this shit. And they had a vigil, and they had a press conference, little interviews with the media about the situation, and Andrew Cuomo the day after and pay homage, and he had a right to pay homage. If I wasn't that busy like I am, I would have went up there paying homage to the lady. But I'm so busy, I wasn't able to pay homage to her like that. But I give my condolences to her and her family, because nobody should be in that situation. So Eric had a nerve, and I think people should be calling this guy out, to where he do subliminal, say, oh, there's a person running for mayor that went to the location where the lady was unfortunately shot and killed, but he's the same person that helped usher in the laws where that helped made it happen. Now let me make this clear, right? Yeah, he's right about that, right? About how Andrew ushered in bail reform. Andrew ushered in many laws that Andrew Cuomo ushered in bail reform. Andrew Cuomo ushered in a lot of laws where it enables the thugs and all the gangbanging thugs and criminals that these, and I want to talk about this in a few seconds, that they enable these guys and gals to do this stuff, and they know they can do it because they'll get away with it, or they know they can keep on doing it because of bail reform. But at the same time, people have to understand that, Andrew signed the bills. He actually made it law and celebrated bail reform. But what happened with bail reform was, this thing about bail reform, and everybody can talk about this about bail reform, right? What happened with bail reform was, before bail reform and speedy bail reform, discovery reform, and speedy trial reform, right? This was the main three that came in that bill pack came into the package, right? So it came to the bill with the budget: speedy trial, bail reform, and discovery. Now, the DAs successfully tweaked the discovery. They tweaked discovery, but what they really want to do next is really tweak the speedy trial. Now, what happens in court, and this is what people have to say what happens in court. So let's say you've been accused of a felonious crime, right? Let's say you've been accused of a felonious crime, like robbery. Typical thing that black people get charged with all the time, robbery, right? Now, DAs know that robbery is really hard to prove, so what they will do is they will downgrade it to the top charge, right? It'll be mostly petty theft, like petty larceny. That will be a grand larceny. Let's say petty larceny. That'll be like a class A misdemeanor that could get you up to 364 days a year, 364 days in jail, right? 364 days in Rikers. 1 day less than a year. So you know what happens? Let's say the officer is really corrupt. The cop is on the DA's Brady's list. The cop is tainted, and they know they'll have a strong case with discovery. This happened before. This is what happened before a lot of people. Is that in speedy trial? Was that they know that they don't want to piss off the people. These DAs or aspiring DAs don't want to piss off the PBA, the police unions. So what happens is that they will do whatever they gotta do to make sure this case does not get dropped on lack of evidence or lack of credibility. So what they do before this, Bail Reform, Speedy Trial Reform. Discovery Reform, and Discovery Reform, and I'm walking the train. Discovery Reform, and Discovery Reform, and what's the other one? Discovery, and I'm gonna walk. Discovery, and I'm going.